Hey everybody, this is Brian Hogue. Welcome to another week of the Chiller Night Live pre-show. Here we are. Wow, we are getting, Corpus says, greetings all, greetings. Corpus, Clayton says, Corpus. Brad says, we want Chiller. Yes, we want Chiller. Carrie says, Cassandra, are you here? All right, let's scroll down here. David says, good evening. Champagne pop, cheers. All right. Dr. Ed says, hello, Chiller Night friends. Dr. Ed in the house. Hey, Doc, thanks for joining us. All right, everybody's exchanging salutations. Doc says, hi, Brian. Hey, Doc. All right, so hopefully we are on YouTube. Any YouTubers out there? If so, speak up. I can't watch it like I used to on YouTube because, well, YouTube changed all that. A lot of changes online, you know, with the way I saw, or it was displayed, you know, either on Facebook or YouTube. All that is like 3-4 weeks ago, all that changed. So I'm trying to keep up. John says, hello, Jello, everyone. All right, Jello, John. Bobby says, hello. Hey, Bobby. Okay. Brad says, this is the Chiller Night pre-show of Brian Hogue, starring Brian Hogue. Now, here's Brian. All right, thank you, Brad. Richard Rocket from on YouTube says, hello. Hey, Richard, thanks for joining us. And what are we going to see tonight? Let me tell you. All right, at 9 o'clock. Chiller Night Theater, the movie is Atom Age Vampire. I actually picked that because somebody had requested that last week. So I looked and seen that we haven't played that one for a while. So here it is tonight, 11 p.m. Chiller Chat, and it'll be me. I'll be talking about some of the latest and greatest things on. This is actually from an episode I streamed back in January. But everything is still relevant. For the most part. 11:30 Chiller Night Theater. The movie is The Last Man on Earth. That was, of course, last week's feature film. And 1:30 a.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is Joshua D. Maley. Josh will be talking about his independent films and his books. And 2 a.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is Terror Creatures from the Grave. There you have it, folks. That's what's in store for tonight. So hopefully you all check that out at 9 p.m. on streammedia.tv. Stream Media, that of course is Stream TV. Go there, check out the site, connect to the Roku channel if you wish. That's what I do. That's my preference, but you do what you want. And I want to thank Gross Fest. Who's all planning on going to Gross Fest? Hopefully, I think it's pretty reasonable to think that Gross Fest will be going on. That's in January. That's in July. So 2 days in July. That'll be really, really super cool. And Vicelli Pizza, Butler, PA. I wonder if David's on here tonight. David Long of Butler, PA. But I want to thank them because I'll be mentioning them a little bit later too. They'll be sponsoring the next Friday Night Frights coming up this coming week on the 15th. Okay, and then we want to thank Chop Block TV and look what it did to my fingers. Chop Block TV and Paranormal Warehouse at paranormalwarehouse.com. And Chop Block TV, I put them back up here just to remind you folks that they do have their Roku channel, Chop Block TV Roku channel, and their Fire Stick Worldwide channel as well. So throw them out there and give them a shout out. Jason Bates says, Brian Hogue interviewing Brian Hogue. Well, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? So, let's see. Brad says, what's the Friday night movie for this Friday? I will get to that all in due time. Dale says, I requested a few months back. Love that movie. Oh, Atom Age Vampire? Did you? And then there was somebody last week too. Maybe that was what reminded me of that as well. Dale, because somebody, when we were on this show last week, had requested that too. There were a couple others mentioned. Um, Cassandra says, I am here. Hello. Hey, Cassandra, thanks for joining us. Jason says, Atomic Age Vampire. Excellent. And then Raymond says, to Corpus, are those the remains of the Three Stooges? She must have, oh, the Three Skulls. All right, let's see what's going on here. Let me scroll down here. Jason says, Vicelli Pizza, yes. They're super supportive. Lisa Ann says, hi guys, sorry I'm late. Hell, we were just about to take attendance, so we're happy you logged on when you did. No problem, we're just happy you're here. So Carrie says, Cassandra wouldn't kiss me if I wasn't the last man on earth. Okay, well. And Doc says, Chop Block TV is Dr. Dread. Yes, he's on there as well. That's true. And Clayton says, I interviewed Brian Hogue the other day. Yes, yes. We should have taped that. And Lisa Ann says, I always feel like somebody's watching me. And John says, did anyone watch The Mummy and the Monkey yesterday? They showed Spider Baby. I don't know about The Mummy and the Monkey, but I do know about Chiller Night Theaters coming up at 9 p.m. on Stream TV, and you can find those folks at streammedia.tv. Hop on there and watch Atom Age Vampire tonight with Jack Shadow. So that's my 2 cents. And Jason says, I wouldn't kiss Vincent Price either. Well, I hope no one's out there pressuring you to do that, Jason. Is that just, well, that wouldn't be right. Especially not now. But it's dead for how long? But anyways, all right, the schedule, we went over that. Watch Party. Okay, now, Watch Party will be coming up this Thursday on the 14th, if my mental calendar is correct. So it should be whatever I think it's the 14th, but it's this coming Thursday. And it would be, let me try this drum roll out. I turned the volume down because last time I had it up, I was like drowning everything out. Hopefully that is a lot more quiet. Let me tell, or let me know. Tell me. But we'll wait for Corpus. Corpus, whenever you are ready, you can let us know what the movie for Thursday. Brad says, did you watch The Rise of the Skywalker yet on Disney Plus? Yeah, Brian? Aha. Well, hold that thought. Hold that thought. Corpus, are you ready? Or are you ready? And the movie is... I almost did the... Lisa Ann says, maybe showers remind me of Psycho too much. Okay, the movie is Jeepers Creepers. All right, there you have it. That's the movie for this coming Thursday's Watch Party. And you'll find that on the Chiller Night Facebook group page. It's a private page. If you want to become a member of the Chiller Night Facebook group page, just look up Chiller Night. That's it. Just Chiller Night. No Chiller Night Theater, nothing like that. It's crazy. But just look that up and request to become a member. We'll get you in there and you can join us on the second. No, but now the schedule was changed recently. The second and the last Thursday of each month at this time will be the Watch Party by Corpus. And if you're a member, you can have watch parties on there as well. We just ask that you don't do anything in conflict with whatever show that we're putting on. Okay? So, good choice, Jeepers Creepers. I really enjoy the first Jeepers Creepers is really good. I like that. So, all right. And Brad asked me, did I watch The Rise of Skywalker on Disney Plus yet? I did. I did see that, yes. And I enjoyed it. I didn't think it was a bad movie. I thought it was entertaining. You know, I liked. It still felt like they were, really putting pieces together to try to wrap it up. Because the second movie out of the current trilogy had just threw topics, threw too many curveballs in there. But I didn't think it was a bad movie. It's, you know, I I thought it was okay. What'd you guys think of it? If you watched it, I know it's not a horror thing, but I'm going to be talking about The Mandalorian season 2 coming up here later on in the show. I got to mention it because I got some news yesterday I thought was pretty cool. Pretty excited about that. But yes, I thought The Rise of Skywalker, I think that they did the best they could with what they had, and I found it to be an entertaining movie. I'd watch it again. Um, let's see. Corpus says, oh, you already said that. Jeepers Creepers. John says, oh, a watch party. Will it be on Facebook as well? It is on Facebook, yes. It's only on Facebook, in fact. Just the Chiller Night Facebook group page. So, all right. Bob Book says, I love Jeepers Creepers. That was a good one. I did like that one. And Lisa Ann says, and The Mandalorian. Yeah, love that show. Love that show. I don't feel too horribly bad about integrating. I feel a little weird about it because I could just go on and on and on about it, and then you're like, well, I thought this was a chiller, even though I could go on and on about Star Wars. I won't do that here necessarily, but I will take some time out of tonight to mention that because of the news that came out yesterday about season 2. I don't know if it's been confirmed by Jon Favreau or anything like that or Lucasfilms, but it's still cool. I don't think they would have put that out there or let that out there if there wasn't something behind it. So let's see. Brad says better than The Last Jedi. Oh, you know my thought about that. Let's see. Jeepers Creepers. Time for spring. Time for spring. Yeah, all right. Raymond says Jeepers Creepers. Where'd you get those peepers? Yes, I know. Coming up Thursday. What'd you guys say? I liked the first one. I liked the first Jeepers Creepers. The second one was, I thought it was okay. That first one was really, I thought it was the best out of the movies. Now, there was a Jeepers Creepers 3, I heard. I have not seen it. I heard it wasn't really worth seeing, but who knows? Maybe I'll check it out one of these times. Bob says Solo is one of my favorite Star Wars. It has the most Chewbacca content. I enjoyed that movie as well. I had mentioned this before. I wouldn't mind seeing like there were people complaining like, oh, we didn't ask for they didn't ask for we didn't ask for a young Han Solo movie. I'm like, well, I didn't know that you really have to ask for it, but okay, I thought it was entertaining. I've watched that one a couple times. I just didn't see it I just didn't see it in the theater, but I thought it was entertaining, and I wouldn't mind seeing more of the younger Han Solo stuff. So, my only problem is with The Last Jedi. To each his own. It's not a debate, just a statement. But yeah, Solo was pretty good. And Lee Sand says, Rebel scum here. All right. Glad to know. I've actually even considered starting a thing like this or Chiller Chat with just science fiction or Star Wars stuff on it, because I could just go on and on about it. Well, I'm rambling right now, so I'll try to get back to. Clayton says, this is Chiller Night Theater, not Baby Yoda Night Theater. I know, I'm sorry. Harry says, hi. Hey, Harry, thanks for joining us. Corpus says, I've never seen the third one. Oh, The Rise of Skywalker. I didn't think it was a bad movie. I thought it was entertaining. I like I said, I'd watch it again. I haven't had time to watch it again, but that's one I wouldn't have a problem sitting through that. I like seeing Lando in it. I like seeing the original character. I'm not gonna say anything, with any. There was even, I don't know how many of you really die-hard fans saw this, but there was even a real quick glimpse of Wedge Antilles. The pilot from, it's one of those, die-hard fans character references. Wedge Antilles. There was a real brief shot of him. At least it looked to me like Dennis Lawson, I think is the actor's name, who played Wedge. So, but this is not Baby Yoda Night Theater. Right, Clayton? No, Cassandra says, I enjoyed Solo. Emmanuel says, hello, everyone. Hey, Emmanuel. And Richard says, right on. Bob says, I saw Wedge. Okay, so it wasn't just me. And I haven't read anything online to, say whether that was him or not, but I saw what clearly looked to be Wedge Antilles in one of the fighter pilots or the fighter cockpit. So I was happy to see that. That was just neat, even if they saw him, and even if they didn't make a big deal out of him. I thought it was really cool to see him again. Lisa Ann says, "My name is Groot." Okay, all right. So we have a Guardians of the Galaxy fan as well. That was a good movie. I can't complain about that one either. Brad says Palpatine didn't die from that space shaft. Yeah, you know what? This is just really going down the Star Wars rabbit hole, and I can't say I'm complaining. Trust me, folks. We'll get back around the chilling. But do you know that at the same time, back in 1991, Dark Horse Comics did a comic series called Dark Empire, and in that series, because again, I hear people complaining like they brought Palpatine back, and then there's word that there's another character being brought back who we will get to. If you've seen my Facebook post, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But there, in that series back in 1991, they brought both of these characters back, Palpatine and the surprise character I'm going to mention here. I'm sure you all know who it is. I've rattled on about him before, but Dark Empire, that brought them back, and now I can't say that was an official canon story, canon, the official storyline, but this one will be, by golly, in The Mandalorian. So, and it explained in that one that Palpatine's energy, or his force energy, that was kind of what you saw coming up out of that explosion, that shaft, when his body died, and then that somehow made it back to a clone, that he had a big clone facility set up on a planet. So, but I digress. Jason said Dark Horse Championship Wrestling. I gotta admit, that's, I did kind of think of that when I was coming up with Dark Horse Championship Wrestling. That and what was, the definition of Dark Horse, which I kind of felt fit my wrestling organization. Let's see. It's amazing what words on a page can bring back. Clayton says, John says, Jim Henson Emperor Babies. Jim Henson's Emperor Babies. I didn't see that, and I don't know if that's a show or an upcoming show. I do not know, but I do know that pretty excited about some stuff I'm hearing. It's getting me excited about Star Wars again. So, but right now, I'm gonna swing this back around to the monsters, the topic, and then we'll get back on that again, because I got to bring this up. Okay. This coming Friday is another Jack Shadows Friday Night Frights. We're going to be doing another Chiller Night Theater, a live presentation, just like this. If you get, if you're watching this, and you can watch the Friday Night Frights, it's going to be on this channel, the Chiller Night Theater YouTube channel, and the Chiller Night Theater Facebook page. I encourage you to please share, as much as you can to help me get that out, and when the video comes out, that's what I ask of you. And if you would do that, that really helps me out a lot to because I see that we're picking up new viewers here, and I welcome you into this frightening fold, and I'm glad that I don't know exactly who. Maybe a friend referred you here, or maybe just you did a Google search or something, or maybe you saw one of our videos on one of your friends' pages or something. But nonetheless, if you could, help us spread the chiller word, I appreciate that. And hey, there's Leroy. Hey, Horror Fam Jam. Cheers, everybody. Hey, Leroy, thanks for joining us. All right. So Lisa Ann says, "Yay, Jack! Yes, he will be here on Friday, the I believe it's the 15th, and the movie will be. I'm gonna put my drum roll on there too. That's what I'm gonna do. All right, the let's see if I can find it. Jeez. All right, I better take that off because I won't be able to turn it off. Let's see. All right, the movie is. I think you're gonna like it. The Brain That Wouldn't Die. So that's going to be the movie, Friday the 15th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right here, folks. If you're on YouTube or Facebook, that's where it is. So, if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. Get that notification, so you'll hear when it's time for Jack to start the show. And what do you got to do on Facebook? I think you just like the page, right? Is that all you got to do to get notified that the video is coming on? I think so. If anybody knows otherwise, let me know, because I'm still not super savvy with this stuff. Let's see. John says, "What's the movie? Give us a word." Let's see. I'm trying to. Jason says the uncensored version. Well, I don't know. I have to see. I haven't seen that one in a while. I have to see if there's something to censor out or not. I do censor out nudity or anything like that, but I don't remember anything like that in the first one. If there is, I'll have to blur it out. Jan in the Pan, excellent. Yeah, yep. And Cassandra says, "Awesome movie choice. Thank you." And Raymond says, "Doesn't the brain die at the end of the movie?" What? Will not. No spoilers. But that's the movie right there, folks. And I'll put something up. I was trying to put together a little ad video, to put in here tonight. Nothing was working for me today, so I just threw up the movie poster. Let's see. A. Emmanuel says, "I starred in my own horror movie, The Brain That Wouldn't Work." Well, I think a lot of us star in that movie. Right. Let's see. Clayton says, "Good choice. That movie scared the tar out of me when I was about 6 or 7. It is kind of a creepy concept, I'll say that." Corpus says, "Great movie." All right, thank you, Corpus. It is. If you've never seen that one, I'm sure you all have. But if you've never seen it, check it out. And if you have, check it out again with Jack Shadow and each other. You can be chatting with each other and Jack. It's a good time. If you've never seen one of the Jack Shadow Friday Night Frights, it is kind of fun. It's just like this, chatting with each other and with Jack Shadow, and he'll be reading your comments on a crystal ball, not on a computer screen behind a crystal ball prop. Whoa, no. Looking at a crystal ball, folks. It's just the brain that wouldn't die, LOL. And then Brian Ivers gives a thumbs up. All right. Jason says there's mature content in one of those versions. Well, I will be I'll be checking it out. I always do before I play the movies. I haven't seen that one, quite honestly, in probably about 10 years, or maybe even longer. So it's been a while. But Raymond says on YouTube, he says, "Right, if you subscribe, you get notified." Okay, cool. So if you're on YouTube, if you subscribe to the channel, you will get notified when we come on Friday. Hopefully you'll remember, but just in case, Leroy says, "I'm working with Melody." Ah, Melody. Again, you remember her. Best co-workers ever. Yes, we remember Melody. Cassandra says, "Melody." A. Emmanuel says, "Remember the movie about Hitler's head?" I don't. I gotta be honest. I don't remember that. David says The Brain That Wouldn't Die was shot in Tarrytown, New York in 1959 under the title The Black Door. I did not know that. That's pretty interesting. I know it had several titles, like The Head That Wouldn't Die, The Brain That Wouldn't Die, apparently The Black Door. So that's pretty cool. Lisa Ann writes, "Jack, And then some skull and crossbones there. Raymond says, Glam. Oh, Glam, thanks for joining us. I really, really wish I could see your comments. That's horrible. I don't know why that's... Lisa Ann says, it's a popcorn movie. That it is indeed. And we try to make all these chiller movies the pizza and popcorn type of movies. So, let's see. The old Saturday night chiller tradition. At least that's the way I grew up watching them. And A. Emanuel says, they saved Hitler's brain, I think it was called. Okay. Brian says they saved Hitler's brain. Okay. I have never seen that. I've seen a lot of movies, but I've never seen that one for some reason. Oh, how that escaped me. Okay. Brad says, I heard there's supposed to be a new Star Wars movie in a couple of years. Yeah, I think they are making a bunch of them now. I think they're getting on a right, kind of getting back in the right direction here. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. I'm not totally convinced of that, but let's see. Leroy says, yes, happy Mother's Day. You mamas rock. Yes, yeah. Big day tomorrow for mothers. As we recognize our mothers. Yeah, happy Mother's Day to all of you. Those who are. Those who aren't. Tell your mother happy Mother's Day. Brad says, the only enemy that I can think of are the remnants of the Hutts. Okay. Yeah, there's still a lot of them out there. Raymond says, am I the only one who notices Glam creepy? You know, I wish I did see her on here because she was obviously one of, you know, she's a regular viewer and she commented quite a bit. She still is, I'm sure. But I can't, for whatever reason, and maybe, like I said a while ago, maybe everybody gets their turn for a while, for weeks or months at a time. I don't know. I wish I had the answer. I contacted Restream about this. I'm getting nowhere with that. You know, of course, Tom Paisley, Glamfangs, I cannot see their comments, and it's not just one. It's not just one social media. It's like it's only on Facebook. It's only on YouTube. It is on both. So I don't have an answer as to why. I wish I did. I'd love to see those comments. Let's see. Let's see, Mommy Dearest. Jason says, Mommy Dearest be all over cable. It may well be. It may well be. All right. So that was, that's the next Friday Night Frights for the 15th. Okay. So I was right about the 14th on Thursday for the Jeepers Creepers. All right. So, hey, I don't know if you guys, I think I mentioned this, but Creepshow, the series that was on the Shudder channel, is now on AMC. They are running it from, at least this is what I was told, May 4th until June 8th. Each show is 2 episodes, and there's 12 episodes. Again, I watched them all, but it's been a while. I couldn't tell you that off memory that there were 12, but I read this earlier today. So there's 12 episodes apparently, and they're doing 6 episodes with 2 episodes per show. AMC from May 4th until June 8th. All right, so there you have it. So you can check that out on your AMC channel and watch Creepshow. And Creepshow 2 is supposed to come out this year at some point. Who knows? Who knows if that will happen? Everything's shut down right now. So hopefully we get everything open back up and everyone back to work and back to where we need to be. But for that, as far as entertainment wise, that's what's going on AMC with Creepshow. So, and hopefully we see more animated segments on Creepshow season 2 with Phil Wilson, who I had on the show, and Rick Catazone, who was actually one of my instructors at the Art Institute of Pittsburgh. So those two worked on the animated segments on the Creepshow movies, 1 and 2, back in the original Creepshow movies, and with George Romero, and also for the Shudder TV series. So cool guys, really cool guys. I love the animated work on those movies. Without the animation, I don't know. To me, that's what gives it Creep Show its heart. You know, makes Creep Show Creep Show. Let's see. Clayton says haven't seen those, but need to. Well, I thought I'd mention that because like, and not everybody has a Shudder channel, and we don't have it anymore. We got rid of it because there's so many other channels that we can see pretty much anything else except for Creep Show. But now it's on AMC season 1. Season 2, I'm sure it's going to be exclusively only on Shudder. That makes sense. Whether we'll get it again for that, I don't know. Maybe I'll get it for a month, like I do with Cobra Kai. You know, when that comes out. Deborah says, still waiting for the Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Did you request that? I think you did. Was that? I mean, I don't remember if that was you, but I do remember being asked about that once. Let's see. Harry says, replying to Lisa Ann, with COVID-19 as the thing that kills them. What, Night of the Lepus. Lepus. How do you even say that? Lepus? Lepus? It's not something I say every day. On Easter. Okay, so the virus is supposed to kill them, whatever they are. Okay. Let's see. Libra says, bro, once again, I can't see the comments but I'm watching and drinking. Cheers. Oh man, I don't know what's up with that, Leroy. I wish I did. Deborah says, yep, it was me. Hi to Ava. All right. I don't know if Ava's watching, but if she is, Deborah says hi. All right, so that is Creep Show. All right, now we're getting to we're getting to the point of the show that I figured I'd mention. You know, Mandalorian Season 2 may answer a question that a lot of us kind of wondering when we saw the demise of our favorite Star Wars bounty hunter, Boba Fett. That was, of course, from Return of the Jedi. Word came out yesterday online. Again, non-confirmed as far as Lucasfilm or Jon Favreau. I don't know, but it's all over. It's all over. It's on real websites, not just people in their basement websites. I mean, as far as news articles, but you know that. And I don't know how to properly pronounce the actor's name. Temuera Morrison. Temuera. But he was, of course, the actor who played Jango Fett on Attack of the Clones. Now he's reprising his, I don't know, I can't say he's reprising his role, because they're saying that he's going to be on The Mandalorian Season 2. Now, my question is this. Does that automatically, if everyone's saying in the articles that as Boba Fett, I don't know how official that is, but I can also see him playing not Cody, but Rex, Commander Rex, or Captain Rex, because Ahsoka Tano is supposedly going to show up on The Mandalorian. And if you don't know who these people are, some of these characters from the Clone Wars and Rebels, you know, they weren't in the films, but that's a possibility. Or maybe he'll come back to play Rex, and they'll get a younger actor to play Boba Fett. But that is something I think is really cool. I can see him playing an older Rex like this, and by then this is what Rex looked like on the show Rebels. I can see that. They'd have to de-age him, you know, because he's I don't know how old. He's probably close to 60 years old or something like that, and you know, Boba Fett would only be in his 30s. Or maybe early 40s by the time Mandalorian Season 2 came about. That would be, you know, according to that timeline. So, let's see. John says, hey, he was also Aquaman's dad. Aquaman, awesome movie. I had heard that. Now, I haven't seen Aquaman. I didn't see that movie yet, but I did when I was looking at the articles yesterday. I did see that he had played in that movie. I haven't seen that one yet, so I was really excited about that because that's the first time since, okay, like I said, 1991, Dark Horse Comics with the Dark Empire comic series. That's where we found out, at least in that storyline, that Boba Fett came back. He did escape the Sarlacc pit, and as many of us were hoping that he would, because they developed a really cool character. It had that good, that quiet, cold, sinister, mercenary type of look and feel. He's supposed to be, their words, the most notorious bounty hunter in the galaxy. Okay. And then all of a sudden, they build him up. He looks cool. He's awesome. Everybody loves his character. And then they Sarlacc him. What? Why would you? That is such an unfit ending to that character. So I'm glad that it. At least there's real discussion about this. I don't know how. Again, I don't know how official this is, but it's like spreading like wildfire on the internet. So I would not think that they would have done that or let that happen unless this were a pretty good probability. Because I won't mention anything that was given away during season 1 because I don't know how many of you have watched that series. But if you know which episode I'm talking about, there was a very, very strong indication, and I won't discuss it, no spoilers, but there was a really strong hint that Boba Fett was coming into the storyline. And but anyways, I thought that was cool, and you should too. No. If you like it, you like it. But I just thought that was really awesome. Let's see. A. Emmanuel says, never got into Star Wars. I like Star Trek, though. I'm a huge fan of Star Trek. I love them both. And Lisa Ann says, he's a nice bounty hunter. Who, Boba or Mando? I don't know. Mando's, he's got a good sense of nobility about him, Raymond says, was he resurrected or reincarnated? No, he was, well, at least in the other storylines that they've had up until Disney cut the cord with the canon and said, oh, everything that you've loved and read up until now that was canon, that is outside of the films is no longer canon, except for the Clone Wars and Rebels, the animated shows. So I don't know how they're going to bring him back. I would imagine he will have just escaped the Sarlacc. But being a clone, that's possible too. Because we're dealing somehow with the... Whoops, I almost gave something away here. I won't, because I don't know how many have seen the the Mandalorian. Solo, Lisa Ann says, Solo was a smuggler. Yes, he was. He was quite the smuggler. A. Emmanuel says, recreated. I don't know. Brad says, well, he survived that live pit. I think he did. And I think it'd be really cool if they show a flashback. Somebody wrote this on Facebook, too, and I think it'd be neat. Show a flashback. Show us how he did it. I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure he had thermo detonators on him or something to, I don't know, to kill the thing. I mean, his suit's like a weapon. Everything on him is a weapon, so I'm sure he distracted it enough to get out of there. And Raymond says, yes. About recreated, maybe? And Michael says, it would be a clone Boba Fett since all that Kamina's stuff went on. Kamina. Yeah, well, he is a clone. He is a clone anyway, so... but he ages naturally. He was, he was, how do you say, modified, a modified clone of Jango, so that he would age naturally and not have an accelerated age like the other clones. So, but I think I think it's just going to show that he escaped the Sarlacc pit. So Lisa Ann says, Mando. That's who I figured you were talking about, and you said the nice bounty hunter. And let's see, Mando, not like Vader. No, Vader wasn't very nice. Lee Sand says, we're talking about it too much. I know! Again, this is where I very easily trail off the Star Wars. So, and I could do that with Star Trek too. Yeah, but I don't get quite as excited with that, but I do enjoy it. And Emmanuel says, oh, there goes the UFO in the background. Good effect for this Star Wars edition of Chiller Chat. Yes, yes, indeed. All right, so I wanted to mention that because I was super excited to see that there's a very realistic possibility that we're going to finally see one of my favorite characters. At least he looked cool, he was cool, and then he went out in he punked him out so bad, with that ending. So I'd like to see him done right. I'd like to see him brought back and done right. And I think if you've watched The Mandalorian, I think that they will absolutely do the character justice because it's just a really cool show. And it's the type of Star Wars show that very entertaining. There's nothing about it. I have no complaints with it at all. And Brett says he learned that from his father. What's that, like how to fight and all that, and with the weapon usage, bounty hunter? Yeah, I would imagine he would have, but that's something I'm looking forward to. And what about you guys? There's some things coming up here. I don't know if has anybody heard of the Resident Evil series that was supposed to be on Netflix. That was actually leaked. The information was leaked like last year in 2019 that a Resident Evil Netflix series was coming out. I don't think Netflix wanted that information out just yet until it got a little closer. And now that hopefully it's closer, but now I'm not hearing anything. And I understand that everybody's productions are shut down right now as well, like The Walking Dead. We didn't get our season 10 finale, yet. So, but if anybody knows any information on that, I'd love to know. And also, I don't know how many of you guys saw Dracula on Netflix. That was a pretty good series, and that was on. It was on Netflix. When was that? Just like in the fall? I think it was the fall, maybe summer, fall. I don't know. My timeline's getting a little blurred here, but season 2. Anybody know anything about that? I've looked online and I just can't find anything. Everybody's kind of hush hush right now, and I think it's no doubt because everybody's production, like Cobra Kai, that's supposed to be coming out about now, and they can't finish it, the post-production stuff because everything's shut down and they can't finish it up. So hopefully that'll come out soon. Hopefully it will. I'd love to see that. But how about you guys? Any type of series that you'd love to see, even if you haven't heard about it? Anything out there you guys would love to see done? Brad says Boba Fett. Yes, Boba Fett. Cool. Oh, I learned that from his father, Boba Fett. It takes me maybe a minute or two before all the cylinders are firing up, right? And I catch up to what you're saying. Lisa Ann says, I never heard about that. Oh, the Resident Evil or the Dracula 2? But hopefully, I'd like to see them both. David says, I'm looking forward to Resident Evil. All right. Yeah, me too. Corpus says, I really enjoyed Dracula. I thought that was pretty good. I'd be anxious to see the season 2 if that came out, as well as a Resident Evil series. And Brad says, I see that the Resident Evil 3 remake video game is out now. Okay, I don't know. I'm not much of a gamer, so I don't keep up with that stuff. I guess I'm not a gamer at all. But I'd say like 20 years ago or something, when the first PlayStation came out, I did buy Resident Evil 1 and 2, and then later on in the early 2000s, I bought. Or no, it was still. Yeah, it might have been the early 2000s. I bought the third one. So that's it. That's my limit with video games, unless I'm playing like online chess or something. So I know I'm boring when it comes to that. The boys, that's boy, I tell you, they're good at that stuff. Um, David says, I believe Dracula was in the fall. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. Um, Deborah says, saw Dracula, really different kind of character as Dracula. A little bit, yeah. There were some things. Well, I there were some things in the storyline that they certainly changed up. I suppose for a more modern telling of the story and all that. But I thought that the actor who played Dracula, I thought he did a really good job. Um, kind of Bella Lugosi-ish or Christopher Lee-ish. you know, I thought he did good. I have no complaints with the actor. In the sets and the sceneries and everything, I thought it was a nice production. But somebody just asked what of the movies, and I scrolled past it. But I'm sorry, whoever asked that. Somebody had asked what the movie is for tonight. I usually go in. Let me throw that back up here. Okay, at 9, which is coming up, at 9 o'clock, the movie is Atom Age Vampire. And that was a request from last week, and apparently before that as well. But we haven't played that one in a while, so I figured I'd throw that one on for tonight. 11 p.m. Chiller Chat with Brian Hogue. Nice guy, nice guy. And 11:30 p.m. Chiller Night Theater. The movie is The Last Man on Earth. 1:30 a.m. Chiller Chat. My guest is with Joshua D. Maley. Joshua's going to be talking about his independent films and his books. And then at 2 a.m., Chiller Night Theater, the movie is Terror Creatures from the Grave. Okay, and that was our last Friday Night Frights, our live Chiller Night Theater episode. So don't forget, this coming, well, let me go in order. This coming Thursday will be Jeepers Creepers on the Chiller Night Facebook group page. And that will be at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Corpus will be leading that. That'll be on the second and last Thursday of the month. That's on the 14th. And then on the 15th, we'll be doing the Friday Night Frights, The Brain That Wouldn't Die. So Jack will take you through that movie there that night, Friday the 15th. So that'll be the next live show. All right, so that's the schedule there. Let me try to catch up on some of these. Let's see. Clayton says, when are we going to have a Zoom meeting? That's right, we were talking about that this week, about Zoom. Because I was trying to think of a way to get guests on, a Chiller Chat when I'm doing the phone-in ones, to give it a clear sound audio-wise for the guests calling in. And I would just love to be able to see them, just like I'm throwing this thing up here. As you're looking at this, well, to see a guest, moving and talking with me at the same time. So I think that would be cool. But Brad says production just stopped because of coronas. Yeah, yep. Everybody had to come to a halt for the most part. So let's get back up and running. Michael says, how is Amazon's Lord of the Rings series progressing, I wonder? Oh, I haven't heard about that. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Maybe if somebody else wants to comment on that, they're welcome to. That's something I never really followed with the Lord of the Rings, to be honest with you. I've seen the movies, but I just wasn't an avid fan. But I thought the movies were pretty cool. A. Emmanuel says, geez, I'm old. I remember Atari. Yeah, remember that? I remember the Atari 2600 game console. We had with Pong and Tank and Space Invaders. I'm still waiting for I would love to have a stand-up 80s version of Space Invaders someday. So That'll be on. That's on my list. One of these days. Michael says I had Atari and played Pong on it. LOL. Yes, as did I. I'm sure a lot of us did. Lisa Ann says, pick of Bella behind you. Yeah, there he is. There he is, folks. That was one of the books I got for one of my nostalgic gifts I got for my birthday, my 50th birthday, a while ago. So I wanted one of these because it was something that it was something from my childhood. I just wanted to get another one. So I'm like that. I like stuff like that. That's my big dumb fun stuff. Let's see. Corpus is giving the 10-minute warning, which is now at 8 minutes. So I just now saw that. Corpus says, yes, yes, you guys grab some popcorn and come hang out Thursday. Yes, yes, indeed. Let's see. Scott says, share, share. Ah, yes. Thank you, Scott. Yes, all of you, yes, share away. Bill says, I still have my Atari 7800 just to play Galaga. Oh, the 78. I got to be honest, I don't even know what that is. I remember the old 2600, the original one. That's the only one I ever had. I never had anything else after that until I never had ColecoVision or Nintendo or nothing like that. I just had that, and then by then I was shortly after that I was off to the Air Force, and then I never. Oh gosh, it wasn't until like the late '90s when I got a PlayStation. So I'm not much of a gamer. Clayton says, I love my pinball machine. Oh, yeah, pinball's another one. It's real old school. Brad says, remember the Atari 5200? Not 2600. Wow, what a flop that console was. I have no memory of that whatsoever. And A-Man says, wow, this hour went quick. It does. It goes so quick. And let's see. I did, Ava says. Ava says, I did. With share? You mean shared it? Yeah, I know you always share it. I appreciate that. Because I still don't know how to get in here and share this onto the different pages that I have. Now, I used to up until about a month ago. Then things change. So when I'm on here, I can't see how to do it. I have no idea. I have no idea how to do it. I just have to play around with it, I guess. But I don't have as much time on here as, to be experimenting like that. And then A. Manuel says, I guess it's true that time flies when you're having fun. I think they're right. Someone's on to something. And Lisa Ann says, Mario. Yeah. Leroy says, cheers, Horror Fam Jam. See yous around. All right. Hey, thanks for joining us tonight. Again, Harold says, 5 minutes and counting. Roku remote ready. All right. Get it ready. Get your Roku devices fired up, folks. You're in for a night of fright ahead of you. A. Manuel says, I remember when I was in the service, we had an old arcade on the base. Oh, that would have been cool. I think we did too, to be honest. I don't remember in the day room or something, or one of the rec centers or something. It was. Let's see. Leroy says, stay safe, everyone. You too, Leroy. Thank you. Oh, Ava says gaming consoles. Oh, the old gaming consoles. Yeah, you had. I remember you telling me stories of that stuff. Gene Price says, looking good, brother. Oh, thanks, Gene. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining us. And Corpus says, one of my fellow law enforcement brothers from back in the day, Gene was, and Corpus says, for some reason I have problems sharing. Well, I think that's a mental block you got to get over, and but no, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. Sometimes I can't share anything from the from the Chiller Night that, you know, because I want to share the information about like the watch parties, for example. But I can't share anything onto my page from that. So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I wish I knew. I don't know, but I wish I did. Clayton says, was going to talk to you about that, Corpus. Yeah. Emmanuel says, well, I'll miss you until next week. Stay safe and God bless. Well, you too. It is 8:57, so I will close up shop here, folks. But where one door, virtual door shuts, another one opens. So we'll be closing up here and going into the castle itself. So get ready, and Jack Shadow will take you through tonight's movie, Atom Age Vampire, 9 p.m., just a few minutes from now on Stream TV. So make sure you visit streammedia.tv, or if you have your Roku channel connected already, that's in my opinion the way to do it. But to each his own. Corpus is getting a little laughy face, and Lisa Ann says, "Is it snowing there?" Yeah, it's snowing. I was thinking, should I mow the grass today? Oh no, there's snow on the grass. So that kind of answered my question today when I woke up. Corpus says, "Okay, guys, movie time." All right. Well, here we go, everybody. Gene says, sincerely thank God for this program. It brings goodness to this situation we're all experiencing. God bless you, Ava, and your family. Oh, thank you, Gene. I appreciate that. I do strive to keep that sense of normalcy. We've been hearing a lot about that, you know, over the last couple months, and I guess if I can just, you know, do my little part on my end, I'm all too happy to do that. So thank you. I appreciate the compliment. And John says, see you next Saturday, and thanks. So Cassandra says, good night. Cheers, guys. Leroy says, so good night, everybody. Thank you for joining me once again for the Chiller Night pre-show. Now join Jack Shadow for Chiller Night Theater. So have a good night. Have a good Chiller Night. See you next week. But don't forget about Thursday and Friday night. All right.